Joining me is award-winning singer and songwriter Sofia Evangelina, and she's here today to talk about her career and her award and what's next for her. I'm excited for you to be here. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's really going to be a blast, I know it.
Bienvenue.
Merci beaucoup.
So congratulations on your award, Best Album.
Yes, thank you.
So how did this come about? Tell us the process for Butterfly, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, first of all, it was, I think a good word to use is dumbfounding kind of experience. And although it was, in July, it still feels very fresh to this moment, just because it was I feel like a big bang to my career. It really helped put a big start into things, because it put kind of that appreciation forward for my very first work, which I was very, very honored and surprised for, because, Butterfly was my very first piece of work that we put into the world. It was my first album, and really the first way of saying, hey world, here I am. And it was meant to be just like that intro into the world, and to know that it was already appreciated at a very early stage in my career was very encouraging, I would say, and it really inspired me a lot, I'd say.
Like the butterfly, well, the title I love. What does it mean to you, Butterfly?
Right. Well, actually, I also have a single called Butterfly, and originally at the time of recording, we recorded 3 singles and then the 10 covers, and only later we decided to release them separately and differently, because they all have their own lives, but it came to the meaning of separate from the song, but like it's my first burst into the world. It's like I'm coming out of this cocoon, I'm a singer, I'm an entertainer, I'm a performer, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna be in this world, I'm gonna flutter my wings. So here I am, I'm a butterfly. So.
A beautiful butterfly. And I have to do this. I want to. Can you do your award?
Thank you for having me show it. So this is the moment. It's like a matryoshka.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Oh, can you take it out of your box?
Absolutely. Hope the little guy doesn't mind me grabbing it.
Now this is a big award, and it's like Ryan Reynolds. How big is it?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's the list goes on. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Reynolds, Drake, Julia Roberts, who else? I mean, God, every time I try to think about it, like the list is so long. I'm like, I can't think of who to name first because everybody's just so big. So it's obviously a huge honor, and I've mentioned this so many times before, and I still talk about it with my mom many nights before I go to sleep, on how I feel honored to be part of this new network of all these other young kids, all these other young people in the world who are so passionate about what they do. And it's not only about what they do, it's like they all want to make the world a more beautiful, artistic, strong place. And that's why I felt so at home. It's like with my own kind, like as if I was some kind of weird chimpanzee, and then I went to Planet of the Apes and I found all these.
And you are a role model.
Thank you.
And where do you keep the award?
Actually, right now, it's been pretty cozy in the box. And it just is at home. It's on our shelf. We're going to put it up soon. We're just kind of unpacking stuff, but yeah.
Let's talk about your mom. How supportive?
Oh, absolutely. Well, my Mama Bear, she's my best friend, and I always talk about her nonstop because she really means the world to me. And, she's the kind of person who is like literally a goddess, because she has like all these different hands in my life. She has like the best friend hand. We talk about boys. We talk about all this stuff that like so many kids never get to talk to their parents about. And I just feel like she's my best friend. And then sometimes she's like my life coach and kicks my butt when I need it, which I am so grateful for, because it's really impactful to have somebody honest and true with you, and who knows your potential, where you can go, and when you block yourself, is so lucky to have somebody who can see that and help you, right? And then she's my mama. She always has my stevia. She always has a tissue when I have a runny nose. She always has all these motherly, warm things, and we're really just so close. Like, I feel like we're this kind of like the same person sometimes.
That's wonderful. And when did your passion begin for music? I mean, you're only 16.
Yeah. Well, I've been an entertainer. I've been born kind of for the stage, for the world of arts since I was coming out of the womb. But I started singing at about 5, and I was, you know, like every little girl, it was probably cute singing, but it wasn't anything anybody thought was serious until I was also balancing it with my ski career at the time, and my sporting life. So then I took a break from singing. I came back at 7. Everybody's like, oh my God, she has a really jazzy voice. And my singing teacher came to my parents and was like, gee, you know, she has some talent. And I was like, jazzy, no, I want to be a pop star. And I didn't appreciate it at the time. Little did I know it would develop into my world. And then, you know, my mom slowly introduced me into all these different genres of R&B and Motown and blues, and I fell in love with the oldies like Ella Fitzgerald, Etta James, Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin. And then my mom showed me Phantom of the Opera, and I went to this operatic stage, and that was really good for building my range, and I was obsessed with the movie at the time, so she took me to Las Vegas to see the show. I know I'm going on here, it's just a big story.
It's great.
And then after that, it was then Big Bang was when she showed me, we watched Burlesque, and the first moment that Christina Aguilera opened her mouth, I was just like floored. It was like electricity shocked my body, and I just knew that was what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it for the rest of my life, and I wanted to be the best at it, because like that kind of passionate singing, it's such a big voice, so much expression. I was like, that's me, and that was where I started from.
Wow, and I mean, so she was a big influence in your life.
Really big, yes.
And you know, with the music, like now, you talked about skiing. You were very athletic, very national class. So how did you decide, like, going from skiing to music?
Right. Well, see, I started skiing at 2 years old.
2 years old.
And I was following my big brother's path. And my mom put me later into skiing because I was like this rambunctious, crazy little ball of energy. I would just jump from things and I would just say, Mom, when I'm jumping like off of a counter or off of a big ledge or something. I was just like this little dare angel, what we called it. So she had to put this energy somewhere because I had like these two sides to me. I was very, you know, expressive and like an actress and all this, but I was also this crazy ball of energy. So she put me into skiing. And then because I'm just so driven, I guess, and so, you know, athletic and competitive in a good way, I began to escalate up until I became the youngest on the Canadian national team and traveling all the World Cups, being the youngest in the World Cups at 14 in New Zealand, and I was #1 in North America, and my career was going really strong. But it was a hard choice, of course, at the time, but you know, I knew my whole life what my journey was, what my mission was, and I decided that I have so much to say right now, and I have such a possible influence that I could leave on my peers and on the world, and I felt like it was my responsibility more than just this competitive nature as an athlete, but I feel like I had a bigger mission in life to change lives and to do it as an artist. So I undertook that journey right now.
Right, and I mean, but it did help, you know, like it's a good transferable skill.
Yes.
It's about discipline and drive and passion, which you have a lot. And I want to go back to Butterfly. Now, it's Motown intermixed with the new.
Yeah, well, see, the whole point of that was because I didn't have any bodies of work out yet, right? So we wanted to show what I was capable of and where I could go, like the potential. So we just had a little mixture of a few of these classics that I was influenced by at the moment, and we kind of tried to make it very colorful and diverse. Like we had things from, you know, Hello, right, by and Lionel Richie, and then we had What a Wonderful World by Sam Cooke. And those were not necessarily songs that I would normally sing, but they were songs that showed different ranges, right? And then we, of course, had Etta James and some Beyonce kind of renditions, and we had even Coldplay, and all these kind of back and forth things just to kind of put some color into my past as a singer.
That's great. And now let's talk about your new single, This Is Your Song.
Oh, well, actually, that's not new,
not new
either yet. We'll talk about the new stuff, but no, This Is Your Song was my debut single. That was recorded at the same time as the album, which was 2 years ago, and it was released last November.
Okay.
Because that's how things go, you know, a little slower sometimes. But the two new singles, I have Smile.
Smile?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have Endure, which is very epic. Smile is the first on the queue to be released, and it's going to set the grounds, and then later on next will be Endure.
Congratulations. And where do you get your inspiration to write?
Oh, speaking of that, like I don't know, it's crazy. Recently, I've been up at like 4 in the morning, multiple nights in a row, just because I literally can't stop writing. It's either I hear these melodies, so I'm on my phone singing in the bathroom, trying to be quiet, I guess, not really working, recording these voice memos, but then I have these books filled with words, and I've been telling my mom recently how I feel like I'm becoming crazy because I can't focus on anything but music and songs, because I always have these ideas in my head, and if you don't write it down right away, you regret it because you lose the idea, and then you feel worse because you know you had something amazing. So I'm always writing, and I just feel like it's never gonna stop because there's still so many experiences that I haven't had and I will have. Wow. And it's crazy.
And I mean, you write everywhere, right? Wherever there's no favorite place.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I guess it's like interesting when you're alone, because I'm so not used to being alone. I mean, I'm so always with people, I'm always very bubbly, but I found that I really got to be one, if that makes sense, with myself a little bit. And I was able to dig down and be a little bit more vulnerable and honest and admit to things like more like kind of lovey kind of feelings that usually I'd be like, oh no, I don't have time to feel like that. Yes. But then when I'm alone in my room, I find that I just crank up that sad love song and I really do have something in me.
It's wonderful. And I mean, what do you want people to get from your music?
Absolutely. Well, that's the biggest thing in my life, is I want to impact lives. I want to inspire people. I want people to know not only that I don't want to be necessarily just a voice for my generation, but I want to inspire people to have their own voice and to speak their own truth, because I feel like we all truly harness this power, and the only thing is just most don't know how to use it or that they have it. And so I want to help them, and I want to be there for them and be along this journey with them. I mean, music is just such a magical part of everybody's life. And so to be able to be in that position, to be kind of like a giver of it and creator of it, is a blessing.
Mm-hmm. I want to go back to This Is Your Song. What is the message there? I've watched the video and it's wonderful.
Thanks.
Yes.
Well, the message was very, very powerful, because I wrote that from some experiences in school, but towards other peers that I had watched. So it's about all the bullying and how these kids would be brought down and just ripped apart by these who they thought were more powerful than them or had more essence to them. So they would allow themselves to feel like they were absolutely nothing, when to me they were the coolest. They harnessed the most talent, the most bright future, and yet they never saw it, and they were crushed, right? So I wanted to write a song that would empower all these kids to know that they don't need anything else but themselves. They have all the fire within, and they have all the power to live the life they want. And, you know, even if they are bullied, they don't let themselves be bullied. That's the thing, you know? Like, you can't let anybody treat you less than you deserve. So thanks for having me. It was really fun. I just love talking with you.
Me too. And merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Be right back after this break. The 43rd Annual BC Country Music Awards at the Hard Rock Casino in Coquitlam. I am excited to be interviewing some of the nominees and performances tonight, so stay tuned. So how does it feel to be here tonight? You're nominated and you're performing.
Correct. It feels awesome. I just joined the country music scene about 3 years ago, and it's just been, everybody's been super welcoming, and everybody at the BC CMAs has just been amazing, and I'm just honored to be rubbing shoulders with some of the greats in the province. So, yeah, it's awesome.
So can you tell us the song you'll be performing?
Well, I don't want a spoiler alert. My new single is "Wiser Than Me," and yeah, and that's the single I'll be playing tonight. The video just came out on Friday, and the single gets serviced to radio on the 28th of October. So that'll be my third one off of this EP, and yeah, we just keep trucking away, you know?
That's wonderful. And what is next for you?
Christmas. Just in the works of writing more songs with my producer and a few other co-writers, and just kind of keeping the wheels going, looking into touring in the new year, and I need to get across the country and entertain the masses, as they say.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Congratulations on how many nominations tonight?
I think this is. I don't know how many nominations, but if I do win this one, it's a 20th.
20th.
Yeah, so it's been so long. It's been kind of crazy. Yeah. I think when I was a little kid, I was playing with Star Wars figurines, and I would tell my friends like they can't stand someplace because that's where the camera would be. And I didn't realize I was actually directing when I was a little kid. So this is kind of an interesting, it's almost like an extension of me being a kid. So that's why I kind of like it. It doesn't feel like a job. Yeah.
Oh, and it's like your passion. So it'll be the 20th tonight.
Yeah, if I win, it'll be the 20th. Yeah, if I don't, it'll be 19 BCCMAs, so which I'm ecstatic with. I don't even know. I'm happy with one, so it's good. Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Next, I really want to get into directing movies, and that's basically it. I'm a storyteller, so I want to be able to tell stories on the big screen and just do that. So that's hopefully next. I've done I think 184 music videos now, so I've done a whole bunch. So I've been really lucky and blessed with all that. But I'd love to get into like more feature films and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty overwhelmed actually. It's good. This is like a big family to me. Yeah.
And being here tonight is so exciting and
It is, yeah. Everyone's like friends and family, so it's kind of I know everyone here, so it's really cool. They kind of watched me grow up in this, and they've supported me for so many years. So I'm just whenever I come to these, it's like a big family reunion. So I'm pretty happy. Yeah.
And one more thing, you are a role model.
Oh. Yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
I've never heard that before, but that would be pretty overwhelming and nice to know. But yeah, I've never heard that, but that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Your work is you've done so much work, so it's like
I guess I have. Yeah, I've done a big bevy of music videos. So, yeah.
And congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're at the BC Country Music Awards Association 43rd. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I know. Considering that I'm only 29, it just seems like it was yesterday. No, actually, it's been a good long ride, and we're ready for a whole new era coming up.
So tell us about your role as president.
Peacekeeper. Also liaison with the artists. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I got involved with the association, even as a board member, from years and years of working with artists, being an artist. That's our whole function, is to offer support and playing opportunities, learning opportunities, and the reward is seeing our artist members go out there and have their music be accepted by the masses, have them touring across the country, having success in the States and further abroad, and that's what it's all about.
Yes, and you're certainly passionate about what you do.
Well, I mean, it comes from, once a player, always a player. And we've got a great, energetic new board. They've all been out there pounding the pavement, talking to new sponsors. Our goal is to get more new members, not just musicians in industry, but fan members, and get out in the community, come out to your events, come out to your parties, your festivals, get more people involved. So that's on the agenda for 2020.
That's awesome. If people want to become a member, where can they go?
They can go to our website, British Columbia Country Music Association. Google us online. We have a new website that's going to be under construction very soon. Look for our logo out there at events, and of course, support our artists, because they're the engine that makes the car go.
Well said, and thank you so much. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to be here back at the BC Country Music Awards?
This is like one of my very favorite times in the year, this show, because it's like a crazy family reunion, and we're all a little nuts and a little dysfunctional, but it's so great. And it's like, yeah, it's all my buddies, and I get to actually do a bunch of interviewing after you're done here today too. So I get to hang out and ask all my buddies some questions, and then onwards to the show and get to root everybody on. And I have a couple nominations tonight too, so it'll be fun.
Congratulations on your nominations. And tell us what's new with you.
Well, after the last project, so I released Under the Covers in Muscle Shoals was the last project, and I actually am going in to record on October 28th, starting the new project. So I'm super stoked about that.
Yeah, and also, too, if people want more information, where can they go?
I'm on all of the social networks, so just under my name, Karen Lee Batten, and that should probably do it, yep.
And are you performing too?
I'm not performing tonight, but I'm hosting the VIP after party. It is an industry invite only, for nominees and winners, etc. And so it's actually going to be cool because they're doing a jam this year, and so it's kind of an open jam. So there could be a mix mash of a bunch of different artists. So we're excited to see kind of what unfolds, but it gives everybody a chance, who were nominated to kind of get up and perform if they hadn't had the opportunity to perform on stage this year. So. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Congratulations again.
It's so good to see you again.
You too. Awesome. Emily, thanks for coming on the show, and congratulations for being nominated twice.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm really excited.
So you've been nominated before in 2012?
2010. Yeah.
And the song is Leave the Light On?
Yeah, that's my current single right now. It's called Leave the Light On.
And what's the feedback been like?
It's been really good. I really love my mid-tempo songs, so this one kind of speaks for that. It's very romantic. I just love it.
So where do you get your inspiration to write?
Day-to-day things. Sometimes I go for walks and I get ideas that pop into my head, or things that my friends are going through, or things I'm going through, and just stuff like that inspires me, and they kind of trigger my songs.
That's wonderful. And what is next for you, Emily?
Right now I was in the studio last week, and we're creating new stuff right now, and I'll be back in the studio next week doing some vocals. So I'm very excited to start releasing more songs.
That's wonderful. If people want to know more about your music, where can they go?
Yeah, you can come find me on Instagram, Emily Taylor Adams Music, on Facebook, Emily Taylor Adams, and Spotify, iTunes, all on there.
And congratulations.
Thank you.